Serena of Mine, Friday. I'm Charles Dickson with the co-host, Rob Parks. Go ahead.
Rob
Shout
Parks,
out your Twitter.
At RPARKSJR85. Twitter.
And you can catch me at @_Charles Dickson. We're going to get right into it. NBA top 5 ESPN rankings. Number 5 started off Derrick Rose. He's still sour about Kobe not being in his top 5, but we're going to talk about top 5, and we're going to leave that alone for now. But he's probably going to still make some comments about it because he is hurt.
I'm not hurt. He got 5 rings. I'm good.
How many rings do you have? As many as Charles Barkley. Derrick Rose is in the top 5 for obvious reasons. He is pretty much the man on the Bulls. Pretty much this season, we're going to see the Peyton Manning effect. Your star is gone, and you're probably not going to be as good as you would be if they were on the floor with you. So,
yeah, the Bulls might stink this year.
But still going to make the playoffs.
Still going to make the playoffs?
Yes. He'll be back by then. Back by February.
Yeah, they just got to hope they don't slip too far without him in the lineup. What month is he coming back? Like March?
March.
Season ends in April.
Yeah, so they're going to make the playoffs. The East is not as strong as the West. If you have seen the Mark Stein's power rankings, we'll get to that in a second. CP3, best point guard in the league. This is what I say, hands down. And
Darren Williams is mine.
I don't understand why he would pick Darren Williams, but why didn't
I've always liked Darren Williams better than
No,
Chris
we're not
Paul.
talking about personally. Talking about
I mean, every time they go head to head, I'm basing this off head to head. Chris Paul balled out last year,
right?
And Darren Williams is in New Jersey doing. I mean, he was balling, but New Jersey did nothing. So he deserved number 4. But I personally like Darren Williams better than Chris Paul.
Yeah, CP3
head-to-head matchup.
I think the reason why he got put in the top 5 is because he went on the Clippers and they instantly made the playoffs the year he got there. And made it to the second round at that. And he had a big part to do with that, improving Blake's game and DeAndre Jordan's game, definitely. And, they had additions of Chauncey Billups and things like that. But that's probably the main reason they have put him in the top 5 at number 4. Dwight Howard.
My man, Nick Rainey, has something to say about Dwight Howard, live from New York City. So we'll cut that to Nick.
Thanks, Charles and Rob. I'm Nick Beam. I can be reached on Twitter at Nick Beam. I'm not putting Dwight Howard in my top 5 for one main reason, and it's a reason that everybody can empathize and understand, is there was a lack of focus based off the 2012 or 2K11, 2K12 season. The main thing that bothered me about this past season is it was too much hype based off of where he was going to play next and not where he was currently playing. If you look at the stats and you look at the actual team and where they landed in the playoffs, they were a non-factor. Ever since Dwight Howard got drafted to the Orlando Magic, they have been a factor in the playoffs, and they have gotten very far into the playoffs, including the Eastern Finals. Let's not forget that it was Dwight Howard, as well as the rest of his team, that pretty much dismantled the Cleveland Cavaliers not once but twice. So I think that if you're going to be considered to be a top 5 player in the league, regardless of what year it is, you have to be able to carry the team on your back no matter what the circumstances are. You have to play your hardest. You got to be able to get your team as close to a championship as possible. And I don't think that happened. I think it was too much focus on where he was going and whether he's going to go to the Nets or whether he's going to go to the Lakers. And that posed a huge impact on his playing ability based off this past season. So for me personally, I'm not putting him in my top 5, but I can understand why the fantasy freaks and other people that are fans of the game will put him in the top 5 because, let's be honest, he is a rarity at big man. With the huge surge of European-style basketball, guys his size are playing the wing and playing the elbow. Whereas, he's a solid big man. He's an undersized solid big man, but he's a solid center. And, there's really no excuse for this guy. This guy is – there are many centers in the history of the game that have carried their team into a championship. So he has the capability of doing so. I can understand why people are putting him in the top 5, but based off the 2K11, 2K12 season, he is not in my top 5. Back to you in Orlando.
Thanks, Nick. I feel like I agree.
Thanks, bro.
There was a lot of hype with Dwight, but as we all know, Dwight is probably the best. No, he is the best center in the game right now.
Yeah, it's not probably.
You would say sometimes offensively you would give that to Andrew Bynum. But just dominate one-on-one, Dwight just can probably make Bynum look stupid.
Dwight will dominate Andrew Bynum.
So that's why he's put at number 3. I mean, the best center, dominate.
Yes, sir.
Starting to put in the class with Kareem, Shaq. Who else is? I just went blank on all types of Laker people. But
Kareem, Shaq, Wilt Chamberlain.
And those type of big men starting to be mentioned with his name. So I understand why he's in a 3. Number 2, Kevin Durant. There's really nothing to really explain about why he's at number 2. He led his team to the championship last year.
Yes.
Leading scorer. He's constantly improving. He's only 24 years old. Mm-hmm. That's mostly it.
I respect Durant, and I respected him a lot after the Western Conference Finals. They were down 2-0 to San Antonio, and I was like, oh, it might be over with. Mm-hmm. They came back, game 3-1. Then they won 4 straight against San Antonio. They got to Miami. They couldn't beat Miami, But it's going to be interesting to see what the Thunder do this year. It's going to be real interesting with them Lakers out there, that powerhouse. And Steve Nash is running the show, so. Yeah,
still old, though.
He is, but he still got some in the tank.
Yeah,
how much he has in the tank, I don't know. Kevin Durant,
and the number one guy, the king. Oh, for the buzzer just sounded and to let us know that the number one guy is LeBron James. He's the king. That's what they call him. I'll personally never call him the king. I'm always going to call him LeBron.
I can't call him grown man a king.
I can't. I just...
he my age.
Daniel Gibson used to do it all the time.
That's his little brother, man.
The king did his thing, man. The king just showed out tonight, man. I just can't call him a grown man a king. But unless you're really a king, like, of a country or something like that.
He's not the king of any country. NBA country?
No.
He's not.
But there's nothing else to explain. LeBron is LeBron. Yeah. Y'all saw him in the Olympics. Y'all saw him this past season. He's on another level. And it's all because mentally he is there. It's not really his skill level that's improved as much because we saw what he did in Cleveland. It's mentally he's improved, and that's probably the biggest thing. Same thing with Jordan. Mentally he had to get over things he had to get against Detroit Pistons in the 90s to win his first championship. So it's all about mental when it comes to becoming a great player.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I think everything LeBron went through these past 2 years made him more mature. Mm-hmm. It's a hard thing to deal with, the backlash from going to the most loved NBA player to the most hated in a year.
Right.
Now
he's back to being loved.
Now he's back to being loved again, But going through all that, getting booed everywhere he goes and talking negative in the media. LeBron pays attention to the media, unlike some athletes. They say they don't. Like, LeBron reads everything. Mm-hmm. He even said he's taking mental notes on Twitter. Remember that? He said he's taking mental notes. Everybody talks bad about him. So, yeah. I mean,
motivation.
It motivated
TIP.
him. It motivated him, man. He got to the finals his first year with the Heat. Mm-hmm. Got to the finals second year with the Heat. Broke through. Won the first ring. Number 1 player in the league, hands down.
Yes.
Easy.
Well, that's it for the NBA. Top 5, the rankings is done. They went all the way down. There's some people that we can talk about for days about shouldn't be in the top 20,
Yeah,
and you were too high, too low. It's always a constant debate with different people. But, that's what's out. And I always want to point out, if you haven't seen it, the power rank from Mark Stein for all the NBA teams. 4 of the 5 teams that are in the top 5 are all in the West. So 5 is the Clippers, 4 is the Spurs, 3 is the Thunder, 2 is the Lakers, and 1 is the Heat. Mm-hmm.
As it should be.
That is off the dome, so if you check it out, and it might be, I don't know, but that would be my top 5. But
that sounds about right to me. I gotta go back and look at it, but that sounds about right. He's the defending champs.
As we go with that one, right now there's news about the NBA is finalizing special penalties for flopping. So people like Chris Paul, people like Reggie Evans,
Anderson Varejao. LeBron even flops.
LeBron flops. Dwayne was starting to do a little bit more. Yeah. Blake is he just turned a whole different leaf. He went from not flopping to flopping. And they're going to start penalizing you guys for doing that. And they're working on that that law right now.
Penalty. Flopping is weak, man.
It is.
Flopping is weak. Don't flop, man. Just play basketball, man.
It is. I have respect for CP3, but he does do a lot of flopping. He's probably the king of it. And also, Rasheed Wallace had his physical today with the Knicks. You know, I've been on for our little New Yorker, Brooklyn type of guy back there. Did he get signed yet?
No, not yet.
No, he has not been signed yet.
I want to see what Rasheed does with the Knicks, if he can contribute.
The better thing I heard on Twitter was the Knicks are like the Cowboys. They always add people that have so much hype when it comes to the season, and they never, ever do anything when they get to the regular season or even in the
Wait
playoffs.
a minute. Rasheed and J.R. Smith are about to be on the same team. Oh, my God.
I still don't understand what's the point of. I mean, you can pick
J.R. Smith and Rasheed on the same team?
Let's just leave it at that. We're going to take it to Thursday Night Football. Y'all watched yesterday, the first, like, right in the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. Y'all say Josh Cribbs just get annihilated. Excuse me. And
hey, we should show him a clip of that video real quick. We should do that. I mean, it's not funny because I thought it looked like he died, man. Let's show it. Go ahead and watch that, man. Go ahead.
Kickoff and punt returns for scores. On the 26, he'll get a shot at it. Whoa! Helmet's out, ball's out. Oh my. And Josh Cribbs is probably out. Morgan Cox made the tackle. And let's hope that Cribbs is okay.
Morgan Cox is the long snapper, 46. The second hit that comes in, though, is the one that knocks the helmet off from the right-hand side.
Yeah.
He was
snoring, man.
Sleep. I mean, it was a very emotional moment for everybody on Twitter. Everybody was just sitting there praying, thinking about, like, I was one of those people like, man, I hope he's okay. Because, you know, you like to see those big hits, but not like that. You like people get up from the hit.
His helmet, like,
flew
ejected
off,
from his head, like.
Just, and, you know, and also happy, everybody's clapping, not off of that, but off of the refs being back. You know, they had a big standing ovation for being, regular refs being back in the thick of things, even though the game yesterday was, let's say, I think was kind of a wasted time. I mean, the Ravens pulled it out, but I honestly feel like the Browns
I didn't watch 1 minute of that game.
The Browns should never be on TV ever.
Thursday Night Football. But, I mean, I didn't watch a minute of the game.
No disrespect to Cleveland, Browns fan. You know what? I'm not going to say no disrespect. Because y'all know how y'all team is.
I'm from Cleveland. Y'all know, I'm not a Browns fan. Browns fans know what it is. You know, they go to the games because it's something to do. It's fun. The Browns games are very fun. But, you know, the outcome
is always the same.
A loss.
Yeah. NFL games to watch this weekend. New England at Buffalo. Got a division game. That's a division game going on. So
who you got?
Very important. You know, I got to go with Tommy Brady.
Thomas.
I really don't care about Buffalo and Ryan Fitzpatrick. And
this one might get ugly.
But hopefully the New England Patriots can hold on and win.
Get that 2-2 record. This might get ugly.
San Fran and the Jets. I mean, it's a game to watch because it's just interesting to watch and just enjoy football. But I don't think it's a non-contest. But I said that last week about Minnesota and they lost. So if they lose to the Jets, I would be highly disappointed. And I think everybody in whoever watches football is going to be disappointed.
Who you got?
Jets. 49ers. I'm always going to take 49ers. I think 49ers go.
I got the Jets, man. And the Jets are at home. I got the Jets, man. Hey, watch them knock off San Fran.
They have no defense.
Watch. It don't matter.
I'm not even going to. Green Bay at New Orleans.
Green Bay.
At New Orleans?
Yeah. New Orleans is 0-3, buddy.
New Orleans.
Who cares? About to be 0-4. Brees. Just got your big contract. About to be 0-4, buddy.
So, well, the teams that are 3-0, Atlanta, Houston, and Arizona, you think any of them gonna lose this week? They're all at home.
No, none of them will lose this week.
Okay, they're probably not.
Safe to say.
And the who cares game of the week? Like I said, all the games are pretty interesting. Got some stars playing in each game. Some new rookies. It's always interesting. No, who cares? The game of the week was Thursday's game.
Yesterday.
That
game. Only reason some people care because the Ravens have a little hype.
And the refs were back.
And the refs were back. So people watch. It's only game on Thursday, so people going to naturally watch it. But the Browns, who cares?
Yeah. NCAA football, big games.
Games.
Buckeyes.
We got a big game
against
Saturday.
Michigan State.
3:30 p.m. I will be in front of the TV watching.
Okay, my bad. I hit the snooze button on that
Chill,
one.
man. Chill. We
We
will be Michigan State this weekend up in East Lansing, Michigan.
I hope they lose. Hope they lose.
Nah.
Cleveland loses, and then Cincinnati also loses. So everybody in Ohio football just
This guy's a hater. Wow. Wow.
Just everybody.
College in Ohio?
I did. I go to tell you university. We had no football team, so I'm okay. Yesterday, Stanford lost to Washington after beating USC last week.
Yeah, man.
Lost a 10-point, had a 10-point lead. Washington came back, beat them 17-13. And you get the trophy for the saddest team of the week. How do you beat USC and then come back and lose?
Wow, you should just let USC
if you're gonna do something
win.
like that.
You ruined their season. Now you lost to Washington. You kidding me?
And
Go away.
Quick, to wrap it up. You shout out Nick's Twitter thing again.
Shout out Nick Rainey for the correspondence. Follow Nick at Nick Beam, NICKBEAM. Look at this guy cheesed out right here. Nick Beam.
Nick Beam.
Yeah.
Good guy. Follow. Like I said, Arena of the Mind. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Make sure you check us out. Follow us both. Mine's @_Charles Dickson.
At R Parks Jr. 85. Hit us on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever else, man. All that, man. Tumblr.
Charles Dickson. You just
Google us, man.
Look at the names right here. These are the names. Follow that stuff right there. Follow that.
Matter of fact, get on Google. Just Google us, man.
Right.
It'll pop up.
Arena of the Mind, TV, Charles Dickson. Enjoy your weekend. It's going to be a good one. I mean, if you think it's going to be good, it should be good.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
Speak it into existence. Speak the goodness and the flourish into existence.
Wow, there's the word. Peace.
Peace.